20 years ago, a seed was planted and cared for. We painstakingly nurtured it and weathered it against adversity until one day it blossomed and the fruits of our labor began to show. Today, millions have learned, shared, and been inspired by what our community has produced. We proudly served 21 million users from 204 countries in 2019. For our 85,000 technical articles, code samples, and videos, our 450,000 forum questions, and our highly anticipated conferences and events featuring keynote panels, live streams, and industry experts and influencers, we recognize and reward members for their dedication to the community. Through content contributions and mentorships, we ranked number 2,620 in the world with a reach of millions across our social media channels. Thanks to you, our global community of software and data developers grows stronger each day. For more information, visit us at CSharpCorner.com.
Good morning and welcome to this another episode of Growth Mindset Show. My name is Mahesh Chand. I'm founder of CSharpCorner and host of this Growth Mindset Show. It's every week, every Friday, 12 noon. Sometimes when I'm not available, we don't have the show. Let me make sure I turn my lights on. Looks like it's a little dark here. Okay, maybe this is better. All right. So what we're going to do today, we are going to talk about some of the updates in my last week. And then we're also going to talk about a new topic, Metaverse. Have you heard of Metaverse? We are going to talk about Metaverse and looks like so this is something new. Metaverse is something new everybody's talking about. Sure, there were NFTs in crypto world, but today we will talk about Metaverse. And I just realized that my lights, it's not charged. So let me see if I can hook them up. It should take me a second. So let's see if it works. All right, we will see if it works, see how it goes. All right, so let's start with that. So a couple of housekeeping items. We'll start with, so I was traveling this week, Miami. I went to Miami last Saturday. I was there Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, came back on Tuesday. And I was there at a conference. I was at the Decipher conference. It's a annual conference from Algorand, which is one of the largest cryptocurrencies, one of the top ones. So that was good learning, a lot of good learning. So a lot of talks going on, NFTs, games with the cryptocurrency in it, and also Metaverse. And that's when I thought, when I go back, I'm going to talk about Metaverse. Whether, Miami looks like it was awesome because people start meeting in person. Things were good. It was very, very energetic and, motivating. I also had another conference yesterday. We had a conference yesterday, CSharpCorner kind of partner, a little bit late, even though it was late. CSharpCorner partner. It was a Metaverse focused conference. It was called Mentality Metaverse. We will be actually doing more conference with them in coming months. Actually, they have two more conferences coming up on the same topic, more everything around Metaverse. So that's what also made me to think about, let's talk about Metaverse on CSharpCorner, because on CSharpCorner, we're always talking about upcoming and latest technologies and emerging technologies, right? So we don't want to skip on any of those. So next thing is, we did a great MOU signing, CSharpCorner and Stratus combined. We did a MOU signing with the GL Bajaj College in Noida. That's one of the top college, I would say. So what does that MOU means? It's basically at GL Bajaj College in their last semester, they're going to have a subject on blockchain, and they will learn blockchain using Stratus. So that's pretty awesome, right? So students will be learning Stratus in their last semester. And good thing is maybe some of them we will be able to help out get the job as well. If we are hiring somebody, we have partners hiring anybody, other companies hiring. So at least these students will have some understanding of blockchain. And C Sharp Corner will also be doing some events on at their at their campuses, and also they will also be invited to come to the some have some industry visits. How cool is that? Imagine you're in college, and you're already working on some live products and projects. That's how cool is that? I wish I had that when I was in college. Yeah, so imagine this event was awesome. um, and then last thing is there's a Stratus hackathon going on right now. And Stratus is actually giving away 100,000 US dollars, and that's a lot of money. If you ask me, if I was a student and somebody tells me there's a hackathon going on and you can win 20, 30, $5,000, $20,000, $30,000, I would participate in that, because even though I don't win the amount of money, but at least I will learn that. This is a big motivator to learn something. So look at that here. Um, it's looks like it already 119 participants, 100,000 in prizes, and I believe the first prize is 30,000 US dollars. Um, and there's 20,000, 50,000, 10,000, something like that. So it's pretty good. And obviously, C Sharp Corner is a partner with Stratus, and we always are here to help as well. So yeah, so grand prize, as you can see here, is $30,000. Means if you participate in this conference and your project is top project, 30,000 US dollars. That's a lot of money for a student. Second prize is 15,000. Third prize is 12,500. Fourth prize is 10,000. Fifth prize 7,500. And there are three more prizes for 5,000 each. And looks like there's a lot more. There's a bonus prize and there are a bunch of other prizes. That's, to me, that's a lot of prizes. So imagine there are 119 participants, and not everybody is going to participate. Then the chances of out of 100 and having 10, 12, 15 prizes is pretty good. It's a 15% chance. That's pretty good. So think about that. All right. So that was housekeeping. Let's go back to our topic of the today. So first of all, hope everybody's safe. I know there's a new variant out there. It looks like pretty aggressive. Everybody's panicking. Like everybody's pretty much panicking, and travel stop and so on and so forth. But maybe hope this stopping this travel can maybe contain the virus. Right? That'll be cool. Simon is also looking behind the scene and is working with the team, figuring out if we are going to do in-person event in New Delhi or Noida or Gurgaon, whatever. We are looking for the hotels as well. So that will be interesting to learn. Hello, Venkat, good to see you. Ledger, good to see you again. At least good to see familiar faces. At least you guys are here. Thank you for joining me again. I feel like I have a company here. So maybe you guys should come in behind the studio sometime in the end of the show. So, and again, as I said, guys, this show is for you. It's not for me, because I'm only saying things I already know. I'm only talking about things I already know. So point here is that this is for you, whoever is listening, watching. And if you have any questions, just ask, because questions also get us moving and motivating. And then more questions also bring more ideas, and for me to even learn more and think about things. So feel free to ask questions. So let's talk about this metaverse, and I will share my screen today actually. Um, let's see if I can find it. But as I said, this I already spoke on this metaverse yesterday, so I have slides already ready. So if you joined me yesterday, then you may not find much here, but you can ask questions. But let me share my screen, and that'll be cool. Share slides, share screen or slides. What should I do, Simon? Here, slides. Yep, that's awesome. Okay, there you go. Nope, that's the wrong. How did I get this one? That's the wrong one. share. Maybe I'll do a screen. Okay, I can do the screen share. I need two monitors. So I guess I can upload slides.
Yeah, you can upload the slide. Just click on share slides, and then you will find an option that says your
Share
computer.
slides. Oh, okay, your computer. Awesome.
It will take
So
like
upload
30 seconds to
file.
load.
I'm going to upload file. See if I can find it. That's the important part. OneDrive, speaking, Let me find it. Metaverse, there it is. All right. Sorry about that. We weren't prepared for this, but now we will be. One more second. There you go. Let's see if I can upload. There you go. It's uploading file. So while we're uploading, Rohit, welcome. I think this show is actually for everybody. This is not even technical. This is anybody who wants to learn about Metaverse. So if you guys can also yeah, this is exactly how this is very good point, and later we will cover this point also, the health consequences with these machines exposed. I agree, and there are major concerns in in the metaverse. And if you remember, I remember working with Google Glass probably what 6, 7, 8 years ago, 6, 7, 8, yeah, definitely that long, and it used to get hot and it was bad for even head, right? So we will jump right in there, metaverse and blockchain and healthcare consequences, everything we will cover in this as well. So let's start with metaverse, right? So I think I can drive my own slides. Yep, awesome. Yeah. So I'm gonna skip these. So by the way, oh, look at the screen. So this year so far in last 12 months, CSharpCorner has passed 29 million users. And that's a big deal. That's a big deal for us. First time we have reached this many users, 29 million in a whole year. And 70% of them are actually new users. So it'll be interesting to see when we launch these new programs. So thank you all for everybody for coming to the site and attending, and keep coming and sharing. So let's talk about metaverse, right? So I have been working with Microsoft HoloLens for, I think in 2014, I started working in that. So metaverse is not anything new. It's not something new because Facebook recently changed their company name from Facebook to Meta. Doesn't make them a leader in metaverse. Okay, they're actually behind, if you ask me. Microsoft has been there for a long time, and that was their vision for a while ago. Is that in a world of enterprises where people are communicating from different areas, different cities, and like during this pandemic, you can't even travel. People can use these, HoloLens and other 3D or AR, VR devices, and then collaborate on things, and also looks like they are in real, together more in some spaces. For example, you can be in a park, you can be in a meeting room, you can be in a coffee shop, all those things. So let's talk about what is metaverse, right? It's not new, as I said. So in metaverse, everything is virtual. Let's start with one thing. Everything is virtual, okay? It's a virtual world. It's a digital world. Means you put these, you're going to put these glasses on or devices on your headset, either AR, VR, XR, mixed reality, doesn't matter. You put them on, and out of sudden, you are in a different world. It's a world can be made up, it could be a city, it could be a universe, it could be a room, what doesn't matter where you are. And then other people can join from different places, and now you are talking, you're sharing, you're doing things together. And the idea with metaverse really is that, and you're sitting here on your computer, but you can walk around and do something else. You saw those movies. In reality, it sounds pretty bad. If you ask me, it's pretty bad for our health and human and all that, because we'll be sitting more on computers. But there's a useful applications as well too. Like look at right now in pandemic world, right? In today's world, somebody's sitting in South Africa, somebody's sitting on India, somebody's sitting in Europe somewhere, somebody's in US. Now they all four people want to work on the same project or want to collaborate on same whatever they're doing together, and want to just go in the same room. Now that makes a to me that's a good application, right? Do I really want to put a headset on that? For not really right now. But there are some applications when you use headset, you can actually work on real project and do real things. Uh, so we will go that a little more, but point is that metaverse is not new. When you are playing a video game, in games you can have your own avatars, right? And you can become somebody else. You can be a mayor of a city. You can be a general of an army. You can be a player. You can be a an agent of whatever you call in James Bond and some of the movies, right? You can be any of those. So that's the metaverse world. Um, so in technically what it is, it's basically a 3D world where you have to use some kind of devices to unload to have access to that world. Obviously, it will have login and all that. You create your identity, you create your avatar, and in future you'll also have your real image, which is like the way you look. That's coming soon. You have properties. You can have, for example, you can join this world where you can go in a city and you can go on a polls and you can become a mayor or president, or you can have there are some games where you can start collecting, building your army, and you can attack on some other world. So that's kind of same idea, but that's not really, we are talking about this right now here. My focus is what can we do with metaverse, what are the real applications we as software developers can create, right? What can make us be next businesses. So if you have you are building business software for businesses, so how can you take advantage or benefit from these new technologies? And that's really what we're talking about here. So in the metaverse right now, there are two leading companies. Facebook is trying to build they're saying that metaverse is the next big thing. That's what they're really focusing on a lot. Microsoft has already been doing its own metaverse kind of version with businesses. So Microsoft is saying, our holographic computing with our HoloLens and combining with other device, and they also launch a new platform called Microsoft Mesh. Microsoft Mesh is an Azure cloud platform where all the data objects can be collected through these devices, and the processing will be done on the cloud and in cloud. And then so the communication is really smooth and fast and no lagging, and it can also use AI and machine learning in the backend. So guys, as I keep saying a lot of these things, make sure if you have any questions, feel free to pose these questions here. So make sure I cover that. So look at Microsoft Teams now. Microsoft Teams have already using Metaverse now. Means you can go in a room, you can use an avatar, you can use 3D shapes, and you can also use holograms. And you like if you have a HoloLens, both parties have HoloLens, you can have your hologram shapes, and then you can move, and you will see me like in 3D how I'm moving on 2D right now on the screen. You can see in 3D. I can move around and things like that. So that's kind of what we are talking about here. It's a big market. I think research just came out. I got this from an online website. It says it's going to be 1.4 trillion market in coming time. That's a big market. So what is the importance of a blockchain in metaverse, right? Blockchain and cryptocurrency is going to play a major role, because in virtual metaverse world, the currency is going to be virtual. Okay, it's not going to be real cash. It's not going to be credit cards either. All transaction will happen. It will be in terms of these cryptocurrencies. Okay, and then once let's say you are in a metaverse, you are in a city, and you say, you know what, I'm going to buy this house. You go and buy this house. You have to pay for it. So how you pay? You have to pay in cryptocurrency, right? Digital assets. And then security is going to be another concern as well. Security and ownership of how do you make sure that whatever you own digital, because they're not real, you have no proof. It's like cryptocurrency. You have to make sure they're secure, right? So this is all about building digital economy, right? I don't know if you've heard of, but NFTs, non-fungible tokens, are growing like insane. I don't know where this world is going to, but everybody's building NFTs these days. Anybody I talk to, everything is NFT. So I'm working with a couple of projects on NFTs already. So it's just, that's what it is. That's what it is. So what are the other challenges ahead in Metaverse? I think I see a big challenge is the data, because because right now when we are talking, I'm speaking here and you are joining me and watching me. This is all 2D data, right? It's going on a screen. 2D data is very small compared to 3D data. In metaverse, everything is 3D. So there's a amount of data is going to create and transfer from one place to other place. The store is like, for example, if we are communicating this in 3D world, metaverse, and we start recording this half an hour size can be multiple times of this 2D size. So that's one big challenge. Number two challenge, security, right? In digital world, if I own something, how do I make sure that the ownership is secure and nobody else can go hack into my system and claim that they own that, right? That's another big challenge. And then third or fourth things are basically, we have seen the effect of social media on children in mental and physical health. So in a virtual world, it's easy for people to say things they would never say in real life. Because in real life, you are in front of a person, you see things, and then it's hard for me to yell at somebody or curse at somebody or do bad things to somebody in real life because it's their emotions attached there. But in virtual world, in this metaverse, it's easy for people to bully, to yell, to curse, to do other things, to kick, to shoot, right? So look at all the games. I can go in a game and I can shoot around people. Okay, will I do that in real life? Never. So that's kind of things we need to worry about. And then mental and physical health. So imagine if we are in metaverse a lot rather than doing in-person events. If we start doing all events or meetings, work meetings in metaverse, in reality, physically, we are just sitting around on a chair or standing around. So we are not really meeting. So that is a big effect on our mental and physical health. So those are going to be some of the major challenges. But as I was speaking another conference other day, a lot of people are already thinking about the solving these problems. How if you are in metaverse, how not only you can solve these mental physical problems within metaverse, but also in real life. So for example, I have one lady, Linda, she came in talking about how she plans to use metaverse. She said she's going to, because of the pandemic or physical distance, she may have a studio in metaverse that talks about mental health and how to improve your physical health and everything else. So in other words, she will teach within the metaverse, so people can do that in real life because they can learn how to do things in 3D and pretend like they're doing real, but then they can apply that same thing they learn within metaverse in real life. So that's one example. Other example is, let's say if 4 engineers are working on a 3D model or building a boat or architecting in a house or something, they can learn that doing that in a 3D model. But then after learning and all that, then they can take that out and do that in real world. So there are some applications in metaverse that are going to be very useful, especially from the business side. And that is why personally I'm more interested in Microsoft Metaverse compared to Facebook Metaverse or other metaverses, right? That's kind of I'm thinking. Yeah, so let's take we have a couple of questions. So are there any consequences for health in machines? So answer is we don't know yet. Right now, most of the devices are being used. Like kids use in games. For example, Oculus Rift is a Facebook, and Microsoft HoloLens is Microsoft. I use Microsoft HoloLens, and after using for half an hour, it's not good. It feels like heavy and feels like that, and I'm sure it's going to have a lot of mental health effects on physical bodies. There's no question that. But since there's not enough data, it's hard to tell what kind of effect, right? Even though they're saying it won't have much, because it has to be approved by the FDA, FDC, or whatever, FDA. So we will see. Answer is we will see. We don't know the effects, but it's definitely going to have some bad effects. It's not going to be good. Even look at the phones, right? Phone even have effects. Forget about these 3D devices, right? So for metaverse, do we must have any gear? Yes. So metaverse is all about 3D. It's like, so you have to have some kind of devices to view and experience it. It's not a 2D. It's not a screen only, right? Sure, you can use AR. AR is a part of Metaverse. You can use your phone. That's part of Metaverse. But the real one will be you will need some kind of gear to view it. Yes, yes. Can we use this as a virtual meetings? And yeah, exactly. So virtual meet Microsoft Teams has already launched a Metaverse. So that's first application of Microsoft Metaverse is the Teams. In Teams now you can even use your 2D screens, AR, VR, and you can use avatars. So all those combinations. So that's going to be, I think, first major business application, which is already we are seeing it. Now let's take another question that, so what skill sets are required to evolve? So skill sets are all about really what technology and what company and what you're targeting. So if you're building applications, metaverse applications for HoloLens, Microsoft, all you need is C# and .NET and maybe Azure Cloud, yes. So if you are a C# and .NET developers, you can start building, UWP HoloLens application right now. I have built HoloLens applications already, and they said this is similar technical skills you need for Metaverse. And also then connecting to Azure and all that. So Microsoft Mesh is the technology. So Simon, if you search Microsoft Mesh, there's SDKs and there's learning stuff already out there. That's what you want to learn. Search for is Microsoft Mesh, MESH. And then Simon has a question. Any idea why all the NFT marketplace is filled with pixel art? What do you mean by pixel art? I'm not sure. I mean art. So NFT, if you think of NFT, it's a non-fungible token, right? Means it's unique, something unique that's digital that you can sell in the, and for more value, right? That's one of the first applications of NFTs. So art seems to be the first thing comes in people's mind, that art is unique. A lot of people wants to own and acquire art because art can be valuable more in future. So that's a natural application of NFTs. But today NFTs are being built for all kind of stuff. For example, there's a biggest project, one of the biggest project is NBA's Top Shot. So NBA has this application, NFT application, Top Shot, where you can look at NBA players' highlights. You look at their pictures. You can look at their signed autograph cards. So this is all where you can buy these and own them. So what does that mean? Means if you like a player and you found a clip for the player for 2 minutes, and you can buy that and own it, and nobody else can buy it. But imagine in 5 years, somebody else, you can then put it there and say, I want to resell it. If somebody wants to rebuy it for more money, then you can make money from it. So that's the reason some of the people acquire NFTs, that to like something. It's similar to art, right? A lot of people buy art because first of all, they love the art and they want to hang in their room. This is like a digital, you have this digital world, and then there you have your NFTs. This is like owning these NFTs, and that's pretty much the idea behind it, right? Other bigger, there's a lot more applications out there, right? So I wrote an article on CSharpCorner, what are NFTs, and this that talks about it. Some of the NFTs were sold for millions of dollars. So this designer, this art creator created a picture, or somebody took a picture. They sold it for $500,000. So it's happening already. And one difference is that the NFTs all have to be buy and sold in cryptocurrency, because they also needs to be stored on a blockchain using one cryptocurrency. So right now, a majority of NFTs are being developed, created using Ethereum, and also stored in the Ethereum blockchain. So to buy them, you need Ether. But Stratus, for example, is launching their own NFT platform marketplace soon. So now, in coming time, you can create your own NFTs, store them, and mint them. They call it minting when you hold them and buy them. You can then mint them on a Stratus platform. So and pay in Stratus. So hopefully, I think that covered all the questions for me. So yeah, check out this article all about NFTs. But you may find a use case, your own use case. Some of the use cases are just, to me, they're stupid, if you ask me. But people are buying and selling. That's what they're doing. I won't do that personally, unless it's a real application, right? So I don't just fall for things like whatever. But this explains everything what NFTs are all about. And now I'm going to write an article on what is metaverse. So we'll cover all those details more in that. That article will come on C Sharp Corner as well. So with that said, I think if we don't have any questions and it's 12:31, it's perfect time because we're trying to squeeze this show into half an hour so people can, they don't get bored. It looks like we don't have any more questions. With that said, I would say thank you so much for joining me, and hopefully I will see you again next Friday, same time. Thank you.